Hi, welcome to Balance Your Life. I'm Debbie Peterson, founder of the Wellness Gala. About 16 years ago, I was introduced to holistic modalities, which were desperately needed in my family at the time. The results changed my life. My mission then became to educate the public about these holistic modalities and how they can work in conjunction with traditional medicine. I started Wellness Gala events nationally because I really wanted to share what I had learned with as many people as possible. When the pandemic hit, stress and anxiety had never been higher. We could no longer have our events to spread the word about these options at a time when people really needed them the most. So my team and I developed a TV show. Each week, we'll be bringing you experts in the fields of holistic modalities, integrative medicine, healthy food, beauty, and wellness. So join me, along with my team, Barb and Deana, and celebrity guest host Concetta Bertoldi, a New York Times bestselling author and renowned medium. Hope you enjoy watching season 3 of Balance Your Life. Hi, we're here today with Dale Bellisfield, and Dale is an RN and a medical herbalist. Hi, Dale. Thanks for being with us today. And actually, I should say that we are doing a Zoom because Dale is formerly of New Jersey and she currently lives in Arizona. So,
yes, I'm here with my cactus friends, Prickly Pear and Hedgehog.
So, Dale, tell us what you do and how you've become a medical herbalist.
I'm an elder, so there's a lot of experience behind me. So you probably don't want to hear all of that. But what I do, I bring in my nursing skills and my herbal training and interweave them when I see my patients. So I work with somebody's history very closely. I look at their labs. I ask them what their goals are. And then I recommend medicinal foods. I work with their diet. I recommend supplements. I recommend herbs custom formulated for them. And I recommend lifestyle recommendations, changes, suggestions, whatever, so that they can have better life and they can meet their goals, their health and wellness goals. And I've been around for a long time and I have a lot of experience doing this work. And I've had really wonderful teachers, I think the best in the country. And I've also had great training in my nursing career. And I have an additional degree as a holistic nurse or additional skill. It was a board certification that I had to sit for and train for, even though I was already a holistic nurse when I went into nursing school. So people come to see me when they don't get enough answers from the medical profession, or if they don't want to go to a physician. And sometimes I will refer them back to a physician if they have something serious going on, because I can tell, I know enough to be able to assess what's going on with them and tell them that they need help beyond what I can do.
And Dale, do people come to you for just a holistic lifestyle? Just, they're healthy, they're not experiencing any particular problems, but they just want to make changes?
Sometimes they do, and I'm grateful for those because those are a lot easier than to have somebody with multi-system problems. Yeah, I'm very happy if somebody comes to me with just, can you review my supplements and tell me what I don't need? I don't know if you would call me a pioneer. That's not for me to say.
I would call you a pioneer.
Yeah, I would too.
But I've been the first herbalist and likely the last in several of the medical centers in New Jersey.
Starting so early on, how did you begin?
Like many other healthcare professionals, often things happen in their lives or to their families that cause them to pivot. Right. So for me, I have a degree in painting. I was an art major, and I started a career as a graphic designer in New York. And at one point, I was diagnosed with endometrial cancer. It was a misdiagnosis, but it was a real wake-up call. Wow. And I also learned what not to do because I had always been interested in art and medicine. I went to the hospital that diagnosed me, got my slides, and sent them all over the country. And this was in about maybe 1985. And so I got a consensus of opinion. And some people said I did not have cancer, and some people said I did, based on my slides. So what's a person to do
Yeah,
Right,
that's crazy.
right.
when you don't really have anything that is clear cut? So I went with my intuition. In any case, I concluded I didn't have cancer, and others said the same thing.
People usually come to you if they are looking for a help with a health condition. Do they come to you with a diagnosis, or do they come to you not knowing and just symptomatic? And if they do, what do you do? Okay, and what do you do when that happens?
I look at their labs. I talk to them. We have an extensive 1 to 2 hour intake. So I find out what their stresses are. Are they getting enough sleep? What do they eat? I review their diet and things like that. And then I try and see what their labs are telling me. And then if I don't understand that, I may recommend that they go to an endocrinologist or a rheumatologist or another doctor that might be able to add to what we don't know. And then we try and put it together. And I encourage her to tell, or him to tell the doctor that I would like to be part of the team.
And I know you have a product line that's coming out soon.
My partners, one is a botanist and one is a pharmacologist. And
Nice.
we've been tired of hearing about people in pain a lot. So the pharmacologist created a new way of getting the lotion. This is a topical product into the skin. So, and through the skin to the target tissue. So we'll see, hopefully we'll see that at the end of the summer.
Well, Dale, how can people find out more about you?
They can contact me by email at herbaldale@aol.com.
Great. Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for being with us today, and we really appreciate it. Hi, here we are with Barb, and what are you going to make us today, Barb?
Hi, everybody. Today I'm going to make a delicious, refreshing, healthy, isn't everything I make delicious and healthy?
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, a watermelon feta salad. It's so easy and it's so good, and it's perfect for summer as a side dish. You could even have this for dinner if you wanted to put a piece of chicken on it. Would be delicious.
Yeah, perfect for this time of year.
It is perfect. So we start with either field greens or arugula. A lot of people make this with just arugula. I don't care for just arugula. To me, it's a little too peppery with this, so I like more of a spring mix field greens.
Looks good.
You're going to take some chopped watermelon. Okay, hold on, because it's pretty easy. You're just going to put this right into your bowl.
Okay.
That's about
As much as you
enough.
feel like
as
having.
much as you feel like having. Feta cheese.
Great.
Okay, going to put that right on there. And then some chopped mint.
Mint.
Again, as much or as little as you'd like. And you know what? If you don't like mint, you don't have to. You don't have
Right.
to put it in. Some people don't like mint. And the dressing for this, so simple. Again, white balsamic vinegar, and it really has to be white. You
Okay.
don't want to use a regular balsamic vinegar. And if you don't have white balsamic, then use a rice vinegar or something else, even white vinegar, regular white vinegar. And you are merely, you're not even going to make a dressing. You are going to just sprinkle a little of this vinegar on top.
Okay.
Again, this has to be light olive oil, not EVOO, because that's just too heavy for this salad. Just a little bit. Toss it. Whoop. Lost a piece.
That looks so good.
It is so good. It's delicious.
And you're right. You could put some shrimp, some chicken, a piece of salmon,
Yep.
anything really on
Yep,
it.
anything.
If you wanted to add protein to it.
Yeah. And there you
great.
are. That's
All
it.
right, light and
Super
refreshing.
simple. Light and refreshing.
It's great.
So I hope you enjoy.
Thanks, Barb.
Hi, I'm Joan from Modern Acupuncture in Florham Park. Do you have allergies, stress, pain, or just want to feel better? If so, acupuncture, the ancient Eastern medicine, might be your answer. Acupuncture treats those issues and helps your body heal itself. Visit today for our $59 introductory special, which includes your first treatment. Feel amazing, be amazing. Modern Acupuncture in Florham Park. We just might be the answer to your newfound health and happiness. Modern Acupuncture in Florham Park, next to Trader Joe's.
Welcome to Distinctively Outdoors. Here at Distinctively Outdoors, we help our customers seek the ultimate experience for the best outdoor design. Distinctively Outdoors provides award-winning products that you can have right in your backyard, such as breathtaking kitchens and appliances, custom pergolas, quality outdoor furniture, and our relaxing hot tubs. Visit our store today in Parsippany, New Jersey, on Route 46, or call us at 973-828-1288 to help you get started on your dream outdoor environment.
Adore Winquist Modern Alchemist with retreats to enrich, enliven, and empower your divine feminine. Join us in September in southern France for a once-in-a-lifetime experience of Mary Magdalene with the local festivities, mystical sites, and healing ceremonies. Join us in October at the Divine Feminine Immersion with alchemy, yoga, and feng shui in the mountains of North Carolina. Save your space for these epic events.
Hi, everyone. We're here today with Susan Bischak, who is an author, an energy healer, a medium, and a thermographer. Did I get that right, Susan?
Absolutely. Thank
Okay,
you.
great. Thank you
Thanks
for being
having me.
here.
Hi, Susan.
Pleasure.
It's so good to see you again.
Nice to see you again. Yeah.
So I know that Barb has experienced some of your work, and actually Deana's going to try something out a little bit later, but please tell us what you do, because I know you mix the modalities and really use all of your abilities together. Is that right?
Yeah, when I can, it just enters into the session, and it's another tool in my toolkit. This is what's coming through, and there you go. There's let's say it was biofield tuning. I'm using tuning forks.
Oh, okay.
Some you hear, some you don't. I can do this remotely, which is very interesting, that the concept that I can affect someone's body and release stuff from them, and I'm far away, but it
That's
works.
very
So
cool.
frequencies, correct?
It's all about everything's a vibration. I sent it to Dubai. I sent it to England.
Really?
I didn't have their name. I didn't have their address. It was the intention. When you're working with energy medicine, I'm an energy medicine practitioner. It's
Right.
the focus.
Yeah.
It's the intention.
So that's
And so
amazing. And
we're-
so what else do you do? That's
Well, with this, I'm in someone's biofield, which is like your whole life story. As I'm moving closer, I'm going closer to today, and all the little traumas and things that have affected you through life, pertinent to that session, maybe especially, are going to come through. Your dad, who passed away, might come through, or even a pet could come through.
Okay.
So there's the mediumship popping in there, and it's just very, very interesting that it can work and just change someone by helping to release things that are of a lower vibration. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to raise
Okay.
the vibration. And
Right.
if it's remotely, I'm using my phone on speakerphone. The other person's has a phone on speakerphone, and this they won't hear. Doesn't matter.
Wow.
because it's still. Wow. Yeah,
still
that's great.
vibrating.
The vibration.
And Barb, tell us about your session
Yeah,
a
so
little bit.
I
right?
did
'Cause
this with Susan, and there were three times that really popped up to me where I felt something, and they were very major to my life.
Going through the field like this, and I'll just have to stop, and then I can get images of something. I'll say, "What happened when you're like 45?" And she's going, "I don't know." I said, "I see palm trees." "Oh, we were in Bermuda. I went to Bermuda a lot then, and such and
nice.
such happened there." So it all comes into the session.
Right.
It makes it very interesting,
wonderful.
Yeah.
intriguing. So
like that.
a lot can be added to this, besides the basics of just the sound.
Well, that's the beauty of the work that you do, is that you are a medium as well. You're intuitive, so she brings all of this into the sessions. You don't just do. There are people who just do.
She's mixing
There are
it all.
people
she
that
mixes
are
it all
new
up and put it.
yeah.
So it's
No, I do whatever
which is-
comes through, and that's what's supposed to be in that session.
yeah, which is
So-
plus.
Happy to do it.
Yeah. And tell us about your discs, and
The
if I'm even
discs?
saying the right thing.
Yeah, they're discs, and
Okay.
sometimes they're different shapes, but this is one of them. They're, instead of the usual rock crystal sitting on someone, and people have heard of crystal healing,
Sure.
this has very tiny microcrystals embedded in the ceramics. And very unique to it, besides that, is that it's working with earth energy, as crystals do, but this way it's either on the person, or it's near the person, or, and the easiest one to start someone with, it's sitting over a chair that has these discs underneath. And there's
Right.
a
That's what
variety
you're
of
going to
them.
try.
Is this
Yeah.
what I'm going
Yeah.
to try?
Yeah,
Yeah,
This
I've
is
done that
exciting.
too.
You
You're-
did?
You're gonna love it. Yeah.
There's a variety of them for different purposes, energetically on different parts of the body. But it's the body that directs it, not the practitioner. So
So you're sort of
very
observing, and just you set it up, and then you
I
just
set
let
it up
do
and
its
I
thing.
stay with them and I say, "What are you
Okay.
feeling?" And they're like, everybody's different, so it's interesting. So why is it going there? And they go, "Oh, that's because it was an injury, and it's going to go where there was an injury and help fix it." I've helped people get their broken arms healed faster and better than, let's say, a friend down the street that had the same problem
And every time it rains, that person has a pain, and
No.
my friend does not.
Wow.
Well, I need to
So-
do that, Betsy and I, with our broken fingers.
Yes.
Toes.
So,
So
That sounds
once
great.
it's cleared from the field, it's cleared. Is that what's happening?
yeah.
Okay.
Again, it's another energy balancing going on. It's just your body's using earth energies. If we walked around barefoot, it would have moccasins on our feet. We'd always be connected to the earth, but now we're not. So it's this kind of energy that's natural energy. That's a vortex. That's what balances the body. This sine wave stuff, which is like more like two-dimensional from all our technologies, that throws off the biorhythms of the body. Yeah, thermography has been around since the 1960s, but it's growing in popularity. Me using a camera that's just in the infrared spectrum, so the images are all about color, and the color means something as to how much inflammation or it's too cool versus too hot. And so is it a
Interesting.
circulation thing? Is it... get it all analyzed. You can do a whole body. A lot of women are just coming for the chest area, but once they come and get used to it, they go, yeah, now I'm ready to do more. You might have symptoms of it, and they're okay, there you go, but how about things you're not aware of?
Right.
That's where the prevention comes in, and that's so important.
So you suggest doing more than just one?
Yeah, well, myself, I will do the thermography and I'll do an ultrasound.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay.
So the ultrasound is diagnostic, and this one is for early detection of things. Yes.
Great.
So
that is great.
it's good.
And no radiation. Sorry, I'm sorry. No radiation.
Yes, thanks.
Right. That's
Wanted
great.
to mention that.
Yeah.
There's no radiation. Ultrasound's safe that way, but it's paid for by insurance. This is out of pocket, yes. But we keep it at a minimum, and we haven't changed the fees in 11 years. So
Oh, wow.
we
That's
know it's
fantastic.
not paid for by insurance, but people are still coming in because it's their choice.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know you're also an author, so tell us about your book.
The author part, yeah, this is a book that is my, it's a memoir.
Uh-huh.
It's my healing journey.
Healing a Desperate Heart,
Healing
okay?
a Desperate Heart. I wanted to take back the power I'd given away to people in relationships
Very good.
that were unfinished, unresolved, and they needed closure.
So, Deana, are you all ready to try this
ready.
out?
Do
Okay,
I
so you're
need
going to
to
get her
do
all set
anything?
up?
No, you're just going to sit over the discs on a
Okay.
little stool. It's made out of wood, so it doesn't interfere. Shoes off, so
Shoes
that your
off,
feet are
okay.
on the
Okay.
floor here.
And how long does this typically go for?
Typically, it would be 20 minutes.
Okay, so Deana's back. Tell us.
Yeah, I'm very sensitive to energy usually, so I feel a little lightheaded. But when I first sat down, and it literally came up through my throat, the bridge of my nose, and up, and so it was almost as if the energy went straight up through me. But there were different areas that I was aware of.
Usually previous injuries, things that are challenging right now, and sometimes things you don't know. A session is complete in itself.
Yes. Okay.
The energy that is coming into your body stays in your water, which you're mostly made out of water. It will continue to circulate for 3 or 4 days after the session. You'll feel the most during the session, but it will still keep circulating. So it's a one and done.
All right, that's
Incredible.
fantastic.
That
Well,
really
everybody should be
is.
trying
That's
this.
Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes.
This
Thank you
was
for
wonderful because
experiencing.
I
And thank you-
actually know exactly where it's working. Just to
Yeah,
let you know,
yeah, that's
because
great.
I felt it.
Yeah.
Susan, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate being with you ladies again.
Yeah, and tell everybody where they can find out about you.
You can find out at susanbischak.com.
Great. We'll be right back after this.
It's time to unwind at Harmony Within Massage Therapy, located in Westwood, New Jersey. Relieve your headaches, stress, and pain with one of our many massage, skincare, and acupuncture services. Our professional staff are committed to improving your wellness in a calming atmosphere. Treat yourself to a customized session today at Harmony Within Massage Therapy. And use promo code WELLNESS for 15% off your next visit.
I'd like to invite you to my new show that I wrote at the request of my late daddy. It's called Hoodwinked from Heaven. Now, Daddy always wanted me to be a country singer, but I fell in love with Mozart when I was 15 years old, and I never looked back. Until my daddy got Alzheimer's and he asked me to write some country and pop songs that he could listen to before he moved on to heaven. Now, little did I know my daddy knew exactly what he was doing to get me back to singing in a pair of cowboy boots.
Do you suffer from headaches, stiff, sore joints, digestive disorders, recurring infections, emotional stress, or sleepless nights? Try Enzyme Nutrition. It's scientific, personalized, and has no side effects. Visit Susan Richter, RN, at nextlevelhealing.com. Read her reviews or reach out directly at 973-586-0626 to learn more.
Hi everyone. We previously spoke with Concetta about her books and we touched upon the subject of self-love. And we feel it's so important these days, and I really, Concetta, would love you to dive into that deeper. And
well, thank you.
Yes.
I think so too, honey. And here's how, I think it's best if I just give you an example.
Okay.
Here's a really good example. I had a very dear friend, and she was beautiful. She had brown eyes, brown hair. She didn't have big boobs. She was just a beautiful girl. But she married a man, and for some reason, I don't know how she got the impression that he was attracted to blue eyes, blonde hair, big boobs. And I thought to myself, well then, okay, I don't know why he chose whatever, that's up to him. But I was hoping it was because he fell in love with her and that everything about her made him understand that this is the girl I love. But for some reason, she did not love herself enough, and she kept trying to change herself. She got blue contacts, she dyed her hair blonde, she got boobs.
That's drastic.
Oh yeah. But this is a real perfect example of somebody who didn't love themselves enough. Because if she loved herself enough, she would be saying to him, listen, this is who I am, this is what I look like. If you don't like it, well, then we got a problem.
Right.
But the truth is, she kept trying to change herself because she didn't have enough self-love for herself. And that I find very sad. Now, that's a really, big example, but we all can understand that.
Yes,
because
very
we
common.
go through life. It's very common. We go through life with everybody else's opinion matters to us. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't take a certain amount of opinions from people we trust or that are close to us. Yes, by all means. But know where to stop and know where to say, I'm good enough. And I look great the way I feel I look as I am. I don't have to change to accommodate the world, my boss, or anybody else. This is who I am.
And
Absolutely.
And if you're with somebody who doesn't like the way you look and you're trying to change for that person, well, they're not the right person.
What's the point?
Get the heck out of there.
Then,
That's
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
That's when you got to say goodbye.
Right.
And I can only say that there's always going to be somebody out there who likes you. You don't have to change for somebody else for them to like you. And that would apply not just in a romantic sense, but also in just anybody. If you're friends with somebody who doesn't like you or doesn't like the way you look, that's not a good friend either, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, you really
it's
have.
acceptance,
It's
really.
not exactly.
Which is a whole other topic.
Exactly. But the self-love is acceptance of you, of yourself.
Yes, of yourself.
And you should love yourself. And I have always been very fortunate because as a young girl, I've had all my God squad, all these guardian angels that have always been around me to help me with that. Because we're all hard on ourselves. Let's face it, ladies. You have straight hair, you want curly hair. You got little boobs, you want big boobs. I mean, this is just what we do to ourselves.
Right.
But I have, since a young girl, had these guardians around me who were able to teach me to see myself through certain eyes that I've been very grateful to, because I've never really suffered from any of that self-conscious kind of thing.
And it's a huge issue with young
and
girls.
it's huge.
I mean,
And
they
it
talk
gets
about it all the time.
huger as
I have
we get,
boys, so.
Well, there you go. But it gets harder as we get older, as we're women and we get older. That's when you really need to have self-love.
Yes.
When you're young, I mean, let's face it, you can when I was young, you could photograph me from any angle and I was very happy with the picture. But now I see all the imperfections. This is where I have to really dip into my self-confidence, which is my self-love, and say, hey, listen, it is what it is. And my answer is always this: I may be this age, but I look damn good for my age.
That's right.
And that's what you got to do.
We like to say that a lot.
Yeah, we do. We like to say that a lot. But you do. You have to love yourself at every age. And with young women, these magazines really, and the ads, they don't do them any justice because, people don't really look like that. One of my favorite things, Cindy Crawford, who was a very famous model, for those of you who don't know,
back in the
she
80s.
actually said, I don't wake up looking like Cindy Crawford. She was trying to give young girls a break. I don't even wake up looking like
what she goes through to get to that point where you see her picture in the magazine. Yeah.
Exactly.
But you also had touched on the importance of self-love in finding love. That if you don't have self-love, can you go into that a little bit?
Absolutely. And I think all of us can understand this. If you love yourself, you can present yourself to a partner or a mate or whatever as positive energy, and that you have fun in your heart, you have love in your heart, which attracts the right partner. If you walk into a situation and you're self-conscious, you don't love yourself, and you're liking somebody who's in the room and you're hoping maybe they'll notice you, they're not going to notice you if you're walking around with that type of posture, or it gives off an energy of I don't like myself. It's an energy that says I don't like me. Why should you?
Right.
So when you love yourself, you give off that energy of you would really like me if you got to know me, because
and then people want to be around you.
Like goes to like.
Attractive.
It's laws of attraction. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's a whole nother thing,
It's a
too.
whole
That's a whole other subject.
Yes, law of attraction and its wonders.
But it works.
But
it really
of course,
works.
it does.
Yeah.
No,
And you can try it out. I mean, you can try it out in little ways, you know. I mean, I've done different classes where I've had girls, I send them out to say, just try it. You're going out to this event, you're going to a party, or you're going out for holidays, whatever it is. Try this out. Look in the mirror before you go out and say in the mirror, oh my God, I look beautiful. I really love me, and I'm a great person. And say that. You're telling your own self, you're conditioning yourself before you go out of the house. Never mind your lipstick, go out with your confidence. And you're almost pumping yourself out, but you will see the difference in the way people interact into you, because you have brought into that room your self-confidence, your love of self.
That was the other thing I loved in your book. Another corner that I turned over is that you said in the book, and I do it. I swear I do this now. I look in the mirror every day and I say, I love you. You're a good person. You're beautiful. And it's in your book.
It is in my book because I use it myself.
Everyone should do it.
And you know,
it's an affirmation.
It's an affirmation.
It is a positive
and
affirmation.
darling, people will, when I've seen it in my life, people will always try to work against that. People kind of resent people who have self-confidence. They either resent them or they want to know where you got it from because I want to buy that bottle.
It
you
can
know what
draw-
I mean?
it can draw
go
people to
either
you.
way.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
And you have to understand either one of those things so that you can get past it if somebody's trying to take it away from you.
Right.
There are people you're always going to come in contact that are negative and sadly have, jealous intentions. And if you have self-confidence, it just seems like that's one of the biggest one that people want to say, why do you have that? And I want to have it. Why should you have it? I'm sorry to
Jealousy.
say it that way, but it exists. It's
It
an
does. You're
emotion
right.
that exists. So you have to learn how to put on your woman warrior uniform and go out there and say, no, you're not going to take this away from me.
Right.
I've
Hold up
already
the
looked
mirror.
in the mirror and I already told myself,
Right.
I'm
good to
beautiful,
go.
damn it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. All those things are really important, and I love that tip, and I hope everybody tries that. I mean, it might feel silly at first a little bit, but if Barb, you're doing it every day, how long did it take you not to feel silly?
It's very funny. I've heard this from a lot of people. I don't have a problem looking in the mirror and saying that to myself, but a lot of people I know have a really tough time looking in the mirror and saying, I love you, you're a good person.
It's an exercise.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of people have
you
a
have to
very
get to that.
difficult time.
It's like anything else you do when you start out exercising. Anything you start out the first day of exercise, you say, oh my God, this is not something that I'm comfortable with, right? Or I can get used to doing, or I'm not even sure if I can be successful at this. We do that. It's like if somebody gave you your first bicycle and said, you can ride this down the street, and you've never seen one before. And then you look at it and say, what do you mean I can ride down? What do you do with that? But then somebody encouraged you. You got on the bike, you put your feet into the pedals, you sat on the seat, and before you know it, you were a little off balance, and then all of a sudden you're riding races. It's like anything else.
Absolutely.
You just have to continue your faith in exercise.
And I heard a tip with that is to look in the mirror and look into your eyes. Don't look at your face.
Right.
Because you'll start to, as I did, look at the wrinkles.
Ah.
But look into your eyes when you say that. Look into your soul.
This is not an easy thing to do. So, hey, this is a challenge for all of you out there to try. And let us know how you do with it. And we will see you next week when we chat with Concetta. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show. See you next week on Balance Your Life.